Okay, I need you to stop right now, whatever you're doing right now. Are you breathing manually right now? Because I just made you aware of your breathing and now you can't stop thinking about it, can you? You're welcome. That's called the centipede's dilemma. And it's just the first of many ways your brain is absolutely, spectacularly broken. Today, we're going on a tour of the weirdest, funniest, most deeply unsettling corners of your human psychology. And by the end of this video, you will question every decision you've ever made. Every memory you will ever had. And whether you're in fact a rational person. Spoiler alert, you're not. None of us are. Let's go. Okay, let's start with the basics. Your brain, this magnificent 3-pound blob of fat and electricity that you trust with literally everything. At its core, deeply, profoundly lazy, like embarrassingly lazy. And here's the proof. There's something called inner intentional blindness. Scientists did this famous experiment where they asked people to watch video and count how many times players in white shirt pass the basketball. Simple, right? Except halfway through the video, a person in gorilla suit walks through the middle of the frame in the video, beats their chest and walks off, and about half of the people watching didn't see it. I mean, half. A gorilla suit in the middle of the screen and they couldn't see it. That's basically your brain deciding, nah, we are busy counting. Gorilla, not relevant. Filtering it out. Your brain is literally editing your reality in real time and you don't know about it, which raises questions. What else would your brain just not showing you right now? And it gets worse. Your brain doesn't just filter things out, it also makes stuff up. It makes stuff up. There is a phenomenon called confabulation. This is when your brain faced with a gap in memory or information and it just invents something confidently without telling you it's lying. It's not lying on purpose. It genuinely believes in things it made up. Your brain is that friend who confidently gives you the directions to a place they've never been at. Yeah, I know that place. You can go to the left, on the tree, on the left, you can see that something. I mean, you know those people I'm talking about. Everyone has one. Confident. Absolutely no idea. With full confidence. Well, that's your memory pretty much every time. And oh, speaking of memory, here's a fun one. It's called the Mandela effect. Millions of people share the same false memories. Like a huge number of people remember the Monopoly man having a monocle. No, he doesn't. He never did. Matter of fact, you can Google it right now. I'll wait for you. It's not. We've all been quoting it wrong for decades together as a society. But we're fine. Okay, so your brain is lazy and makes things up. Cool. But here's where it gets really fun. You think you're making decisions? You think you're in control of your choices? Well, you're not. Studies show that your brain makes a decision up to 10 seconds before you become consciously aware of it. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Your brain goes, all right, you're gonna pick the blue shirt, and then 10 seconds later, you say, I will go with that blue shirt. And you think you decided that. No, you didn't. You were informed. You're not the CEO of your brain. You are a spokesperson. Basically, you just show up when the decisions are made and you announce them to the world because your brain is in control. And it gets weirder. Have you ever heard of the bystander effect? The more people who witness an emergency, the less likely individual is to help, because everyone assumes someone else will do it. So if you ever find yourself in trouble in a crowd, don't just yell, help, help. No, nobody will help you. Point at a specific person and say, you in a red jacket, just call the police or the ambulance or whatever they call, because otherwise everyone is just standing there thinking someone else will help. That's our brain. We are a species deeply committed not being the one who has to deal with it. Then there is a cognitive dissonance, which is my personal favorite because it explains basically every argument on the internet. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort you feel when you hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time. And instead of resolving it by changing your mind, which would be the logical thing to do, your brain just rewrite reality to make both things true. You'll be like, I know smoking is bad for me, but also I know someone who smoke, therefore smoking can't be that bad. And I've seen people live to 90 years and they were smoking. That's your brain act as a defense attorney for your existing beliefs. And it's not interested in the truth. It's not. It's interested in winning. So your perceptions are wrong. Your memories are fake. And your decisions aren't yours. We covered all of it. But surely your emotions are real, right? So there is this world experiment called the Capilano Bridge study, where basically researchers had an attractive person, a female attractive person, approaching a man on two different bridges. One was stable, low bridge, and one was a terrifying, wobbly suspension bridge, high above a canyon. The man on the scary bridge were way more likely to call the researcher afterwards to ask for a date. Yes, because their brains felt the physical arousal from fear, heart pounding, adrenaline rushing, and went, must be attraction. Your brain misattributed fear as romance interests. This is why a roller coaster are a great first date. Not because it's fun, because your brain will literally confuse terror for laugh. As usual, I say romance is a glitch. It is a glitch. And then there is emotional contagion, which is the phenomenon where you literally catch other people's emotions like a cold, like flu. You could walk into a room where someone is in bad mood, and within minutes, you're in bad moods too. You didn't choose it. You just absorbed it. Which means that one grumpy person in your office is basically a biological hazard. Oh, and here's one which will make you feel better about bad decisions. Ego depletion. Your willpower is finite resource. The more decisions you make throughout the day, the worse your decision making gets. This is why judges give harsher sentences later in the day. This is why you eat junk food at night, even though you were healthy all day. Your brain is just out of juice at that moment in the later stages of the evening or day. So technically, every bad decision you've ever made after 8 p.m. was not your fault. we can blame it on ego depletion, and I'm not the one making these rules. Okay, let's talk about how weird we are around other people, because turns out humans are deeply, profoundly strange creatures. First, the spotlight effect. You know that feeling when you have a pimple and you say something awkward and you're convinced everyone is staring at you and judging you at the same time? They are not. Nobody's thinking about you. They are all too busy worrying about whether you thinking about them. We are all walking around deeply self-conscious, convinced we are the center of everyone's attention, while everyone else doing exactly the same thing. We are a planet of 7 billion people, and everybody is convinced they are our main characters, including me, especially me. I am definitely the main character. Then there is social proof. The reason you read, you review before buying anything, the reason you are more likely to tip if a tip jar already has money in it, your brain uses other people's behavior as a shortcut for what you should do. I mean, which is fine, except it means that if everyone around you is doing something dumb, your brain goes, well, everyone is doing it, why can't I? So make sure you surround yourself with good people. This is how trends happen. This is how cults happen. This is how everyone started putting avocado on everything. Can you imagine? Social proof. It's a feature and a bug. And my absolute favorite, it's the IKEA effect. Studies show that people place significantly higher value on things they build by themselves, even if those things are objectively worse than something professionally made. For example, you built a wobbly IKEA bookshelf that took 4 hours and arguments with your wife, and you love that bookshelf. You would defend that bookshelf with your life. Meanwhile, a master carpenter could hand you a perfect, beautiful bookshelf and you would be like, nah, I'm good, because you didn't suffer for that bookshelf that you were given by the professional carpenter. Humans assign value based on effort and suffering. The more something costs you in time and pain or money terms, the more you think it's worth it. That's your brain, which explains the expensive restaurants, difficult relationships, and luxury brands. Okay, we've covered the brain. Let's talk about the body, because your body is also doing some deeply unhinged things. The phantom limb syndrome. Do you know that people who lost limb can still feel it, still feel the pain in it? The brain has the map of the body. And when a limb is gone, the map doesn't update. The brain keeps sending signals to something that isn't there. Your brain is still texting the ex that has moved on 100 years ago. That's your brain. The rubber hand illusion. Scientists put a rubber hand on a table in front of you, hide the real one, and start to stroke it both simultaneously. Within minutes, your brain starts to believe that the rubber hand is your hand. And when they suddenly stab it, your hand you will start to flinch. That's your brain. Because it had adopted a rubber hand inside it. In minutes, no question asked, your sense of self is incredibly fragile and easily fooled, which is either terrifying or liberating, depending on the mood you're in. And finally, psychosomatic responses. Your brain can make you physically sick. Stress causes real, measurable physical damage. Some random pills with no medicine in it can genuinely heal people as long as they believe it will work. I mean, your belief system is pharmaceutical. Which means technically, if you believe hard enough that you're fine, you might be actually fine. I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on that. So, let's recap. Your brain filters your reality, right? Makes up memories and makes decisions before you become aware of them. Your emotions are mislabeled physical sensation. Your willpower runs out like a phone battery. You're convinced you're in center of everyone's attention, but no one is actually watching. You love things more when they make you suffer, and your body can be fooled by a rubber hand. And yet, here we are, 7 billions of us stumbling around on this rock, making art and music and bad decisions and really, really good sandwiches, falling in love on wobbly bridges, building wobbly bookshelves, breathing manually because someone on the internet mentioned it. We are objectively the weirdest thing that has ever happened in the known universe. And I think that's kind of beautiful. Also deeply concerning, but but mostly beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, because your brain is social proof. Instinct means if other people are subscribing, you will want to, so don't miss out. I'm not above using psychology on you. See you in the next one. Try not to think about your breathing. Too late.